we're Deko, and we embrace, we're Deko and we embrace wellness with colors. So when I was a teenager, I was in a social media spiral. I was addicted to things like Instagram, Facebook, and as I looked at these perfect-looking lives and bodies online, a voice in my head quickly became louder and louder. Look at them, and then look at you. So as I tried to become just like these perfect-looking people, I fell into a barrage of mental distress. And my teachers tried to help me, but their teachings really became just a bunch of really repeated information, and they were very difficult to apply to my daily life because they were very theoretical. And my teachers were similarly frustrated with the fact that I was not improving. My mental health state was just as bad as before. A summary of the problems that we've faced so far for both educators and students is one, mental health learning currently in schools are very boring. Two, that there is an information overload because the information comes from so many different sources. And three, that it's very difficult to apply learnings from classrooms to their daily lives. So our solution really aims to solve these problems one by one by making learning fun with art, providing bite-sized information made for youth by youths who understand their struggles, and finally, making it easy to apply these learnings to their lives.
So our solution is Deko, where we equip educators with an art-based e-curriculum to revolutionize mental health in classroom settings. Our solution is a web-based service that's quite simple. Educators will simply enter our website and create an account, select a course, social media awareness, select a lesson, such as our first lessons on social media addiction, view our lesson plans and download all the relevant materials, and then simply co-facilitate a Deko lesson where they click through a series of slides in a slideshow which contains engaging animations, videos, and art activities for the students. Lastly, they can upload their student works on our website to be assessed and join our Deko community where they can converse with other educators and pose questions to the Deko team. Now, our USP is the fact that we engage, educate, and empower. We have our brilliant, cute characters, Dumble and Neko, up there as co-facilitators in our animations. They serve as narrators. We also have the fact that any educator can easily teach a Deko lesson, regardless of where they are in the world, and regardless of their professional background. And lastly, we empower our students with our unique Deko model, which is a strengths-based approach and application of knowledge. Now, our implementation strategy is quite direct and simple, where we directly communicate with relevant staff members and departments, and our customers in the end are schools or care centers. We then consult with them to match our program's needs to their needs. And lastly, we provide them with a free 1-month trial for our service. Now, we operate on a B2B annual subscription model where our premium service provides unlimited access to all our lessons, and we also offer a customized service where we personalize a lesson plan for them with our cute characters. Now, our progress thus far. Under the YCM grant, a different grant, we gained key insights from our in-person workshops and validated our Deko's unique model and art curriculum. However, we realized the limitations in terms of scalability, hence our web-based model. We've received a lot of interest from our social media channels, along with receiving public media features, and currently we have 5 educators utilizing our prototype. So our partners and clients. So we've identified some potential clients along with these potential marketing partners. And in terms of our success measures, they are based on in terms of business success, along with mental health literacy assessments. Now our team. I myself have extensive experience in research and leadership, Huan Yan with mental health curriculum creation and illustration experience, and Jia Shin with marketing experience. We also have an advisory panel comprising of leaders in the fields of medicine and entrepreneurship. And in terms of the YAC grant, we plan to focus on our product itself to deliver quality to these schools, and the remainder towards marketing. Now, in the end, with Deko, we aim to arm educators with the right tools to help their beloved students. We envision a world of color where youths, no longer struggle in silence. Thank you very much. You can scan the QR code to see our beautiful and cute website, or you can email us directly at www, or email us at deko@scideco.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Judges, please.
Thank you so much for the well put together deck. It's very lovely. I wanted to just understand a bit better because you said you had already done some, you had some insight gathering from your interactions and engagements. Could you share a little bit about what you have learned and how that would have impacted the flow of your plans? And also, I just want to clarify in terms of the target group that you're looking at, because you said educators. So does this span the whole spectrum of the education system, or are you targeting certain groups?
Right. So in terms of the insight that we gained, I guess I'll answer the first question in terms of insight that we gained first. We conducted in-person workshops, 8 sessions with children from financially disadvantaged backgrounds, in collaboration with the student care centers who have also expressed interest in our mental health curriculum after seeing our initial pilot runs of a biological science curriculum. But the main problem that we faced was that there was a lot of need for manpower that is basically very difficult to sustain over time, because it's very taxing to constantly have to go down to schools, and as we expand, it's going to be hard to get a lot of people to constantly go down. At the same time, there was also the matter of building rapport with students, which takes an extremely long time, as we realized from our in-person workshops. So we actually took about 20 to 30 minutes just building rapport with the students, and that was only a science curriculum. So you can imagine how much longer it will take for issues like mental health. So it will be much more, I guess, effective for both initially teaching and also for constant follow-up if we engage with the educators directly.
And to answer your second question, we are engaging with educators from primary and secondary schools. The students in that age bracket seem to really love our artwork.
Maybe if you could help me understand the product itself. Because your target segment are primary and secondary school students, so clearly they are, those who are under 12 versus those are going through preteens and teenhood. How would this curriculum evolve to suit the needs of this pretty broad segment of customers?
So we understand that the problem that we are currently trying to tackle is something that we observe both in primary schools and secondary schools. Our original idea was to tackle the secondary school students because social media addiction. But we also realized from our in-person workshops actually that primary school students are experiencing exactly the same problems with exactly the same frequency of social media usage as secondary school students previously. So that's why we are branching out into such a wide age gap. In terms of how we actually cater the materials, that's where our implementation strategy comes in, where we will be having direct consultation. So we'll be basically understanding about the students that we intend to reach out to from their teachers. So we have different activities. So our activities are basically tiered in the sense of how guided they are, how open they are. And we understand that different age groups obviously have different levels of existing understanding, and also different ways of engaging with materials. So we have basically planned for materials for these different age groups. And based on which group we are targeting, we will curate a course for the school or for the age group itself.
And we are understanding that they could be in a bit of a rebellious nature, have a rebellious mood at that period of their lives. Hence our consultation, as Huan Yan mentioned, and our art activities would therefore be catered to that. So we would have options available. Perhaps they are visual learners, so there would be various art narratives, animations that would be more appealing to them. Or perhaps they love, say, games. So we would provide, say, art craft activities and card games, perhaps, that facilitate and stimulate mental health learning.
Okay, can we have time to take one last question?
Just two last questions. So I'm asking on behalf of Shamento also.
So you're asking for about $300,000, right, for the budget, and your focus is on web development and curriculum. Can I ask how long are you intending to use the budget, the timeline and all? And also, how does this product actually support the well-being of your target audience?
So I'll answer the first budget question with just a 300K estimation projection by the end of a 1-year timeline. So with that, that's the ideal of hitting 30 schools with paying schools, basically converting from a free trial to a conversion of a paying trial. And as we mentioned before with our timeline, we expand our solution in Singapore, then in South Korea, where mental health curriculums are lacking but are in great dire need right now. And of course, we plan to utilize the remaining of the income that we expect to receive for, say, our curriculum creation and further education outreach, since we have such a scalable and lovely model with that. But with the YAC grant, we plan to guarantee usage of that for our curriculum content creation.
And in terms of how it actually supports our target group's well-being, we actually have conducted extensive interviews with our target group, so the students as well as the teachers, to understand their needs. So we specifically designed our program to fit these needs. And these will also come in a consultation component. And there will be constant follow-ups with the students. And we will also be tracking, along with the teachers, on how well the students are engaging with the material, and also how well their mental health literacy as well as resilience scores have improved over the period of time when they are under our, support. So starting from when we engage with the schools and following up in a, continuum, yeah.
Yep, and of course, we've been focusing a lot on delivering quality content. Hence the fact that we've been building our basic prototype, interviewing, taking insights from our in-person workshops in terms of the children's learning styles in general, so that up to this 4-month time with the YAC challenge, we've been finally able to deploy it after a lot of research and art creation.
All right, let's give Deko another round of applause. Okay.